Wait.
Hi. You don't start again with the laughing, please. Please, I won't be able to stop. All right, we can edit that part out. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Stacy and this is
Steven.
And together we are the
Scarfs. Yeah, we're the Scarfs.
Yes, we are. Alright, so this is our first of many vlogs to come. And today we'll be talking about how we met, got married, and is staying in contact and seeing each other through COVID.
Yeah.
All right, so babe, you want to go first?
Yes. It was in mid-February. My parents and I decided to take a vacation from all the work at home and go to a resort called Club Ambiance in Runaway Bay. And, you know, just relax, enjoy ourselves, have a few drinks, meet some interesting people. And I just happened to meet Stacy, who was the entertainment manager, who was making our nights there the most fun we've had at many resorts we've been to in Jamaica. So it was fun, and for a little while people were making fun like we're gonna get together and stuff, but I never thought anything much of it because I thought that she's too young or whatever. It's long distance relationship and all this.
Okay, before we get to that part, let's hear my version of that, how I met this amazing guy right here. I remember I was standing talking to some guests that were there already, and like I was facing the way Stephen and his parents were coming. And normally this was like totally new for me because I have never been attracted to a guest or ever even given them the time of day except for doing my job. And I was talking to I think it was a couple, and I looked across and then I'm like, who is that? Like, and yes, this guy. So I walked over to introduce myself. And the whole time I was looking at him, I was talking to his mom, and I'm like, I'm Stacy, welcome to Club Ambience. But my focus was on Stephen. So I was there and I'm like, what is this? Like, no. And I try to brush it off as much as possible. I would see him and I would like, hi, or just go over to do my job, like ask them if they what activities they want to do or whatever. But I could not hold it inside, but I still played it off. I still played it off, waited like the whole entire time. I was waiting for him to say something to me, like something outside of the norm, like not related to my job.
Yeah, and
but this guy wouldn't.
And like I was saying, all these people telling me this stuff, I didn't really believe that it was true. I just thought people were playing around, making fun. You know.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
I heard it too, but I thought it was just for joke or whatever. And when was it? Which day was it?
It was the sixth day that I was there.
Right.
And
right.
I finally told you. Well, we finally talked.
Yeah, you didn't tell me.
But no, it was wait. It was the fifth day that you got mad at me.
Yes, because tell you what, guys, we have a nightclub on property where I normally just go in there and start the music, get everybody going, and then I leave and go home. And that's like the club opens at 11 o'clock. and that's the time I get off work. So in the day, during that day, I was like, okay, we're gonna open the club tonight. So I went to Stephen and his family and said, make sure you guys come to the club tonight, which it was directed to him. But I had to,
Yeah,
I couldn't let him see, or think that I was desperate or anything, which I was. But
and I was really dumb not to see it.
yes. So I was like, okay, you gotta come to the club tonight. So I was all excited and everything. So after work, I went and I opened the club, and I sat there for like about half an hour. And I'm like, where are they? Where are they? Every time the club door opened, I would look to see if it was Stephen and his family. But, I got so mad and I left. And to top it off, I couldn't even go home that night. I had to stay on property in my room that I have on the hotel. So
You're mad.
I was so mad. Like the next morning, I'm so over this, So the next morning I saw him and I'm like, why didn't you come to the club? I was looking for you, all of that. Still not seeming too desperate.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
I could tell you were upset though.
Yes, I was, because that's the only reason I stayed, That's the only reason why I stayed. And then later on that day, we hung out and everything, just like work-wise. And I said, the club will be open again tonight, I never knew that he was gonna leave the
day after that.
The next day. I didn't know, because we've never talked, it was just about my work, about Jamaica, and it was always with his parents there. So we have never had a one-to-one.
No, never. No.
Yes. So I'm like, I'm opening the club tonight. You have to come. You better come. At this point, I was, demanding that he came. So
yeah, I felt it.
Yes,
come or else. You better come or else.
Exactly. So I went to the club. I saw him not as soon as it opened up, and I went in there. He walked in, and we were at the bar inside of the club, talking and.
Eventually we couldn't talk, so we started texting on WhatsApp.
Yes, because it was so loud.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, what is your number? Are you on WhatsApp? Did you download it right away?
Yeah, I had to download it. Yeah, I never had WhatsApp. So we were at the club and we're talking, and we can't really understand each other very well because it's so friggin' loud.
Yeah.
And then we, like you said, get the WhatsApp for your phone, and then we can actually chat on WhatsApp. Little did I know, we'd be using that to this day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, give me your phone.
Yeah.
And I downloaded it, and then I put my number in, and then we started to text.
Yeah, at the
club. Yeah. Then what happened that pissed me off for the second time? This guy is gonna say to me, "Oh, I'm leaving tomorrow."
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, we were. It was already planned. So.
Yes, but I'm like, because clearly we both, when we started to talk and the back and forth texting, we both realized that,
there was a little spark there.
There was a little spark there. And I'm like, this dude, you wait, if I didn't make that first step, which I have never done, you would have left. And we wouldn't even have, time to talk.
I think
or
that
anything.
night you were like, you wanted to spend the next day with me.
Yeah, after I found out that you were leaving.
Because we wanted to talk more, and I said I wanted to talk with you too.
Yes.
We found out there was a spark, so it's like let's see what else we have in common and see how interesting maybe this can be. And after talking, that we spent the whole day.
Yes, we did. We spent the entire day together. I don't know if anyone at work noticed. Yeah. But all my activities was revolved around him and his parents, and then they kind of saw that we needed a little time.
Yeah, so they went off on their own. We ended up alone most of the day.
Yes, we spoke and everything. Then again, the bittersweet part was it?
I had to leave that
when he had to go.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I felt like I lost a part of me, knowing that like I just met this guy and everything, and all of these things kept running through my mind, and I'm like, oh, is he gonna text me? Am I gonna have to hunt him down?
I was worried about the same thing. Yeah. Will I ever see her again, hear from her again?
Yes.
Or is maybe she'll find some other person. I didn't like really know what to expect at all. I knew that you were a good person though. So I was really hopeful. That's why, you keep reaching out, and it turned out great because the whole time I'm leaving on the bus, we were chatting.
Yeah, we were texting and at the airport and everything.
And you wanted me to text you like the minute I landed.
Yes.
And then call you when I got home.
Yeah.
Which you had ulterior motives about.
Yes. Yeah. So we spoke, and I would, every time I got my break, that's when he went back to Canada. I would text him first thing in the morning, call, and we texted every right day. Through. Yeah. We got to know each other.
It was like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, was it?
Yeah, before
you came back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we missed out a very important part where you said to me when we were talking in the club. And he said to me, "Oh, I'm planning to come back to Jamaica in 3 weeks." So that was planned before he even met me.
Yeah, it was.
He was planning to come back with a friend.
Yeah.
And then we were talking, and I kept asking, "Are you coming back? You sure you're coming back?" And all of that.
Yeah. And I did, and I told her that my plans are changed now. My friend's not going to be coming.
Right.
And I'm just going to get an Airbnb for us.
Oh yeah, we missed out a very important part where you said to me when we were talking in the club. And he said to me, "Oh, I'm planning to come back to Jamaica in 3 weeks." So that was planned before he even met me.
Yeah, it was.
He was planning to come back with a friend.
Yeah.
And then we were talking, and I kept asking, "Are you coming back? You sure you're coming back?" And all of that.
Yeah. And I did, and I told her that my plans are changed now. My friend's not going to be coming.
Right.
And I'm just going to get an Airbnb for us for the week.
Yes.
Yeah. Which was way better idea than going with my friend. No offense to my friend.
Yeah, and so that really, like, I should say this, where I have never been in none of my relationships that I've had before has never started like this. Never. How our relationship started, where we talked before. We were friends before we even, even thought about even talking to each other about being in a relationship. Exactly. Yeah. And we spoke so much where we both felt as if, we knew each other for a very long time. Yeah. And sure. Yeah, so how you felt. Let's talk about how you felt when you were coming back. Oh, when I came back, that was like for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, I was spending my time mostly, talking to you, getting to know you and everything. By the end of the 3 weeks, I was excited to come back. You wouldn't have seen me. But I was also like a little anxious too, because I thought maybe I'll land and she won't show up or anything, and she won't talk to me when I get here or just before I'm about to go or something like that, right? Yeah. But I ended up we talked all the way up to the flight, and I got on the flight. And you can't have contact in the flight because I'm up in the sky. And then when I finally landed, I messaged you, and I don't hear from her for like 20, 30 minutes or whatever. What happened though was like, I got to the airport, like, my brother took me to the airport. I got to the airport like way early because I kind of, this was our first time actually being together. You just coming back and everything. Exactly. Yeah, so I kind of like, at the back of my mind, I was thinking, I don't want him to get there before me, and be waiting and, having all kind of thing run. But that's exactly what happened. Exactly. Exactly. So we got there. I have Wi-Fi at home, right? With all the excitement, like everything happening. I'm so excited to see you and everything. I forgot that I don't have data on my phone, and that's the way we communicated, So I was there sitting in my brother's car, and I'm like, watching the time, and I'm like, he's supposed to land by now, you know? And yeah, I was there and I'm like, what's happening? You know, I thought something happened. And I got out of the car to walk over to the arrival part section of the airport. And I looked.
Which you said to me, don't stand there where all the people are.
Yeah, because of the COVID, I had warned him, and I'm like, as soon as you get out,
so I wasn't
please
there.
Please walk out of the crowd and go stand by yourself where we can see you, you know, just by yourself.
But you went and looked in the place.
Yes, I did. I did. So while I went out there and I looked, I'm like, where is he? You know, and then I'm like, oh my God. He must be texting me, and I just remembered that I didn't have data. So as soon as I got back and I went back to the car to connect to my brother's hotspot, I hear ping, 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 all the messages coming in. You know, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope he's not upset or whatever. Then previously to that, I had shown my brother the picture because I told my entire family about you and, you know, something that I've never done before. You know, so right from day one, I knew this was, you know, the greatest. Because I told my brother, showed in pictures and everything. So my brother looked across and he was like, Stacey, isn't that Steven? I'm like, where? I was surprised because I'm like, you know, based on a picture, you know how he looks. Yeah, he does. And I'm like, yes, that's him. You know, and he was standing there. Oh my God, I'm sorry, baby.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
I made it.
He was standing there, you know, waiting and everything. And I saw him and I ran over to him, and you know, it didn't feel as if, you know, we were strangers or we just started talking. We just clicked right away, you know.
Yeah. As soon as we got to the Airbnb, it was. We just knew what to do right from there. Like there was no debates or any of that.
No, and no uncomfortable feeling or anything. It just felt
natural,
right, and natural.
Yeah, it felt like we were friends forever already.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the reason. Like the 3 weeks we spoke without ever being like anywhere like close to each other. I think that was a big help because if we can get through that, then being together,
of course,
made it like that much easier.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got that. You know, I'm glad we got that part of it where we spoke. That's why we were so comfortable. You know, at the Airbnb and everything. Yeah, so
real comfortable.
You were going. So you messed with me. Yeah, he does that. Fast forward to day 6. Right?
No, it was the 3rd day into the Airbnb.
That was the lockdown?
Yeah, it was locked down.
Oh yeah, we heard that, you know, because of the COVID, things were gonna shut down. But we never thought it would have, you know, the extent that it went.
No, we didn't think about it at all. Because we thought we'd have a good week and then probably maybe a little bit after that. There might be a lockdown, but there was never any kind of certainty to it. So we were expecting a nice week at the beach.
Exactly. Yeah, speaking of that, we couldn't even go to the beach. Like we went one day at the Airbnb.
Thank God we had a pool at the Airbnb.
Yes, and we had to go over to the beach, but they locked that off. They're like, okay, we're on shutdown and everything.
Never mind. We didn't even realize they charged us to even access the beach.
No.
They said beach access on the Airbnb thing.
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah. And after we heard all that, then the day when you're supposed to leave, no.
Oh yeah, I didn't get any. That's right. So I contacted my airline to find out, like, you know, are the flights still going and stuff? Because I already heard about the lockdown, and my flights they told me the flights were still going on as normal because they hadn't canceled the flights. They locked it down from people coming in, but you could still leave.
Right. As far as we knew, you could still leave.
Yeah, and I never got an email from them saying, you know, your flight will be canceled by a certain date or anything like that. So we go to the airport, you know, to drop me off and get ready to fly. And as soon as I walk in the front doors, they have the screens there. And basically every flight we went to that was going to... Every single flight was canceled.
The flight you're supposed to take. And then it was a big old cancel on top of it. Yeah. Luckily, I never just dropped him off and left. you know.
And
So I stayed.
The airline said that they had emailed me and said the flight was 12 hours earlier.
Right,
but
instead of.
I never got a notification.
Yeah, you
or
never
email.
did, because we even went back and checked the email.
Yeah,
we never did.
Never.
You know, so I said to him, this is meant to be. This was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and every flight that we went to check at every window to see, you know,
is there a chance?
All of them were canceled. All of them. So we went back out of the airport outside, you know, and so Steven said to me, okay, I can just come to your home. Oh my God. Like, we're from two different countries. I know how things are in Canada. It's not the same in Jamaica. And I got worried. I'm like, okay, take him to my house. You know, like, how is he gonna feel? Like, because it's such the difference, you know, it's from a jump to another, you know?
Yeah.
So I was worried, and he saw it all over my face. He was like, okay, no problem, we can do one more night.
Yeah, we'll go back to the Airbnb for one night, so everyone can prepare at home for me to come over.
Trust me, the ride back from the airport to the Airbnb, I was on the phone. I was talking to my mother. Oh, please go in my room. Please set this up, because I explained to my mom that his flights got canceled. He's gonna have to stay with us for a little while. They were
We
happy.
didn't know. We didn't even know how long.
No, we didn't know, because you know, it was indefinitely that the airport
just had to
closed.
wait for them to say we're resuming flights.
Yes, and I was on the phone and I'm like, please set this up. Please let this look presentable. You know, I'm like, please. I was on the phone the entire night. I was worried. Not that I have a dirty home or whatever. It wasn't like that, but
I'll tell you right now, she was overly concerned.
Yes, because I wanted him to feel at home as much as possible. You know, so that's why I was going through all this. And then my mom was like, listen, man, come off the phone. Everything is all right. Everything will be okay. You know?
And it was.
And it was. Then we got up the next morning and everything, and even on the drive I was like, Steven, this may not be what you're used to and everything, you know. And it was like, don't worry, you know.
No. And that's something we'll talk about on the next episode, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah, that's a whole story in itself.
Yeah, that is a whole story in itself.
We got lots of stories there.
Lots of stories, how we got along, how
I adjusted to life here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how we got to this point.
Yeah, how we got married. Yeah.
Yes.
We got to save some, though.
Yes.
We can't say it all right now.
Alright, so that's it for the video?
Yeah, that's it for now.
Alright, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell,
and
comment.
You know,
like we'll go through all the comments and read and respond to, you know,
as much as we can.
As much as we can.
And to people who are being nice.
Alright, so that's it for part 1.
Yeah,
this is part one of how we met, and we'll talk about how, as I said, or we said earlier, just said how we got married, you know, how he keeps coming back to Jamaica and all of that, despite the COVID.
Yep.
Alright, so guys, so catch you later. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Adios.